Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. I want to say hello to our friends in the room. Hi, Ariel. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Good, Peter. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
And we have our producer slash co-host here, Samantha. Thank you very much for joining us. It's going to be a fun time today. Today we're going to be talking about the born-again method. But we're going to get to that later in the show. Before we do that, I just want to talk about a little bit about what's in the news. You guys hear about the Keystone XL pipeline. So there's this pipeline that's being built or wanted to be built from Canada to the United States and Mexico, and it looks like it's not going to happen. It looks like it's on pause now. So all you environmentalists out there, everybody interested in the environment, you got some good news this week because the permit they were seeking, TransCanada was seeking a permit to transport their dirty oil, and now they can't do it, at least not for now. So that's good news for all our environmentalist people. Just so you guys know, well, on that same line with the environment, you guys hear about the swimsuit that cleans the oceans?
No.
Okay, so there's this swimsuit. It's called the sponge suit, and this couple, they created a sponge suit that.
I'm sorry. You need to mute Alex now.
Okay. So I just muted you guys. When it's time to speak, just unmute yourself. Don't worry about it. Thank you for joining us, Alex. I'm just talking about the swimsuit that cleans the oceans. And so this is a swimsuit. It has this sort of sponge-like substance inside that's made out of sugar. It absorbs all of the contaminants in the water, and it lets go of the water. And you can just get rid of that spongy thing. You can burn it and make new sponges out of it. And it's incredible. And it cleans the oceans. And they envision just millions of people swimming in the oceans and cleaning it. I don't know how effective that will be, but I really think it's a great idea that people are trying. Would you ever wear the sponge suit?
If I'm not going to be toxic afterwards, yes, definitely. And I don't look like a huge sponge walking in the beach, yeah.
No, it's this like nano material that fits inside the swimsuit. It's a very modern-looking swimsuit. It's made from 3D printed materials. It has all these holes and shapes in it. You've never seen a bathing suit like this. You should definitely check it out. It's called the sponge suit, and the contaminants are kept away from your body so it doesn't harm you. And those are easily replaced. And so I thought it was a cool idea. Saw it on the news. Thought I'd talk about it. And last but not least. You guys know that Montreal has its own late show. So Matt Shuri has the late show with Matt Shuri, and it's on once a month. It's on this Thursday, and it's from 10 to. I have to mute somebody here. Sorry. It's from 10 to midnight. So it's the late show. I performed at the last one, at the first one, and Tom and I were going to go and check it out this Thursday. If you're ever looking for some late night activity, I definitely want to consider doing that. Alex is actually with me at the last one, right, Alex? Peace indeed. Anyway, just wanted to get you guys know that's a bit of what's in the news and what's around in Montreal. I want to talk about that. The most important thing we do during the show is a moment of appreciation. Oh, I'm sorry, Ariel, you unmuted yourself?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about in the news today, too, our new government here in Canada?
Absolutely, yeah. We talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that last show. We have Trudeau, who's our new prime minister. We are now liberal. The Liberal Party's in control, the majority. So, sorry, I'm just hearing my voice there. So we have a Liberal Party. And,
today the cabinet was sworn in.
Okay, cool.
Did you see? We have a pretty impressive cabinet now in Canada. I'm really excited about this. So take a look at the news today and see who our government actually is. It's really quite exciting.
Look, I'm definitely going to check it out. What's the most interesting thing about it? Like, why is that interesting?
Because we have a very young cabinet with very little experience under their belts. But to me, that's exciting because they're coming in as like virgins, ready to, just do what they can do. They're all full of energy and no preconceived notions. It's all really fresh and new. And so multicultural. You've got people with disabilities. It's half men, half women. It's Canada. It's real Canada. So, and Trudeau's got some good things to say. I mean, sorry, I didn't vote for him, but I'm really impressed by what he's doing.
Really cool. Well, that's definitely something to check out. definitely want to pay attention to what's happening in Canada. I'm beginning to get more and more excited about what's happening in politics here. So we'll definitely have to talk about that soon. I wanted to, so for a moment of appreciation, so during our moment of appreciation, we look back at the past 7 days, and we pick out something that was valuable, something that we appreciate, something that we liked. It could be something that was good that happened, that's easy to appreciate. It could be something that wasn't so great, but that you can see the value in now. So maybe you stood in line for a long time needing to vote. Maybe you had to take a long time trying to choose who you want to vote for. But now we get to experience the benefit of those actions. And so, you guys have a moment of appreciation you want to share?
I'll let them begin.
Alex, you have a moment of appreciation?
I always go last.
You'll go last? Okay, so I'll go first. Ariel, do you have one after me? This mute business is going to be fun. Okay, she does. Okay, so I am going to be performing and being a guest on a podcast called Funny You Should Think. Okay, Isabel Stevens, she spoke in our events twice. She invited me out to her event, Funny You Should Think, and we're going to be at Pub St. Paul on November 28th, if I'm not mistaken. And so just the other day, I had to go and she wants to do a Bollywood dance opening number. Okay, I've never seen Bollywood. I've seen clips. I've seen sort of something about it. So I had to go and learn a dance yesterday, a dance rehearsal. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm pretty bad at most things, and I'm horrible at choreography. So it was really funny to be the odd man out there. There's a video, but I can't show you guys. Sorry. It's super embarrassing, but it was fun dancing in Bollywood, and I learned something new. And honestly, I didn't want to do it. When I told my brother that I was doing it, he was like, I can't believe that you are doing something like this. It's completely outside of my comfort zone. But, you know, you got to practice what you preach, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to, if you're coming out to Funny You Should Think on November 28th, you're going to be seeing me do a Bollywood dance number. You're going to be seeing me as a guest. The whole show is about the law of attraction. And then you're also going to be seeing me performing 15 to 20 minutes of stand-up comedy. All right? So if you haven't seen me do any I got to see Tom do 5 minutes on misogyny last night at the Comedy Nest, so that was actually pretty cool. If you don't know what misogyny is, you definitely want to see Tom's act because it's really funny. Anyway, that's my moment of appreciation. It was really, really cool. What about you guys? Ariel?
What do I just on a side note? There's an echo.
Okay, let me mute myself. Maybe that'll help.
Okay, and I was actually once accidentally in a Bollywood movie, traveling in India, and I was hiking out on some really out-of-the-way beaches, and I have to say there was this really strange light coming off of a cliff. I was coming around, I was with a group of people, and we were coming down the beach. We couldn't tell what this light was, and I was explaining to these German people what northern lights were. As we were looking at this, I'm saying, well, I know it doesn't happen in India, but, you know, in Canada we have these things called northern lights, and they look like that. And as we got around the corner, we realized it was a Bollywood movie, and there were people up in the cliffs with big reflectors reflecting the sun down on this Bollywood scene. And we walked right through the center of the action of this movie, and I don't think they cut or anything for us. I think we're just in a movie somewhere. Anyway, that's a side note.
That's really funny. I wish I could find that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it was about two twin brothers separated at birth. One was evil, one was good. And, yeah. But as far as appreciation goes, I am appreciating this warm weather. I know it's kind of like the simplicity of it all, but I will take another week of this gorgeous weather. I've been out walking. Samantha, I saw your little note about what are you appreciating when walking. I've been out walking on the mountain just about every day this week, and loving it. Keeping it simple.
Pretty cool. Glory be to global warming, right? I'm just joking. We're having very nice warm weather. It's really, really cool. I know a lot of people are appreciating it. Very nice moment of appreciation. I'm sorry, you got me stuck on this Bollywood thing. Like, I'm just like obsessed. I'm gonna go do a hard target Google search. afterwards. So really, really cool. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Alex is going to go last. We'll have Sam go next.
Yep, so I'll follow that. My moment of appreciation is that it is extremely warm today, and I had an appreciation walk along the Verdun waterfront, and we were four, but we were four people who like just really got along. We were all really in the moment. We were appreciating everything. We were all just in awe of how beautiful it was. We were having wonderful conversations about healthy food, about traveling, about Mexico, about all sorts of different stuff like that. It was a lovely day, and so that's my moment of appreciation. Plus, the second one is that we're working on the Law of Attraction game cards now. I've been waiting, we had big events, we had big things coming, but now that that's like the next thing on the docket, working on the Law of Attraction game cards, I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to do meetups that revolve around that, so I can't wait. It's going to be very fun.
What are the game cards? What is that?
Well, maybe Peter will want to explain a little bit, if he's not frozen. Oh, he might be frozen. So the Law of Attraction game cards, it's going to be a card game where you're getting to know the people that you're with, you're in the present moment, you're like one of the cards can be name a moment of appreciation, another one can be name 10 emotions, the other one can be I can't remember, I haven't looked at them lately, but it's going to be a card game where we interact with people, we get to know the people that we're with, and we're really practicing what we talk about.
Yeah, it'll essentially be a kind of like a community discussion in the box, where you can, it'll help people have conversations. You'll start talking about things that you might not otherwise talk about, especially with people who just met. So very excited about that. Sam talks about it every single day. Samantha is always bringing it up.
It's going to be
really
fun.
Cool. I like that. Good moments of appreciation. Good weather. I wish I could go on that walk, because I can remember Val. Alex, what's up with you? What's your moment of appreciation?
So giving the talk at the event was definitely a big moment of appreciation. After a couple of years of public speaking, it was nice to do it outside of a very sort of closed off. Oh, Peter just disappeared.
I suggest we continue. I think he'll be able to get back in.
Okay. Yeah, so it was nice giving the talk after all of the public speaking time, and preparing that speech was cool. And then on Halloween, well, that night I got to go to a coworker's Halloween party and meet a bunch of coworkers, partners for the first time that they always talk about. So it was cool to like get to meet other people in their lives and connect with them better, and it was great. And yesterday I went to buy a lamp, and it's the lamp behind me, and the witchcraft is it's connected to Bluetooth, and I can turn it on and off from my phone and dim it and undim it through Bluetooth. It's witchcraft.
I want one. I love it.
That's really cool. I like it. I'm so jealous. I like that. Really cool. Yeah, I completely forgot. I don't even know why, because we didn't do a show. But Born Again, you spoke at the event. I was really happy that we finally got you up there. We had a cool event where I did something new that I've never done before in public, a guided meditation. So that was really fun. And, it's part of what we're going to be talking about here today, the Born Again method. I just want to clarify what was already said at that event for those who did not go. But before I do that, I want to thank all you guys once more for your moment of appreciation. It really is the most important thing we do during the show. And nothing else we say afterwards really matters. What really matters is that we are sharing a moment of appreciation, exercising our appreciation muscles so that we become better at it. Just before I move forward for our segment, What a Great Idea, I want to let you guys know about a cool app. The reason I chose this app is because it ties into our Born Again method. It's called Flipboard. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this app. It's called Flipboard. It's a type of aggregated magazine. So, zine from the store or reading the newspaper. You can actually choose with Flipboard what news feeds you want, what categories you're interested in, and it gives you a very pretty digest. I mean, I could show it to you here. I wonder if it will work. if I show it to you, but it's really, really cool. It's called Flipboard because you actually are flipping things around. So if I open it up here, okay, and so I'll go to the home page.
Your connection's a little wonky, so I don't know if we'll actually be able to see much.
Okay, well, we'll try real quick.
Yep.
Anyway, it's a flipbook thing, and you just flip through the things, and it's a cool way to look at your own content. And the reason I'm picking this is because if you're just going online to websites and things like that, you're not really getting the full web experience. You want to curate your web experience. You want to choose sources that are suitable to you, and you want to change sources. You don't want to just pay attention to what you've already always listened to and always read. You want to find new things. And that's part of what I want to talk to about the Born Again method. The Born Again method is about choosing to change all your habits, all the habits that you can change easily, to change those. And I'm really stressing the habits that are easy to change. So whether it's the toothpaste that you use, the way that you walk home to work, the TV shows that you watch, the music that you listen to, change that over periodically and change as much as you can. It doesn't necessarily matter that what you choose. What matters is that you take the initiative to change your habits. What matters is that you take the initiative to make a decision about what your question. A pattern that you have, a habit that you have, that could be easily changed.
Does the connection get... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Does it get more wonky when you move around like this by any chance? Okay, so don't do that.
Well, look, we'll keep the show short today because we're having connection issues, but I just want to know, if is there a habit that you have that you can change?
I want to ask a question about change. Like, how would you decide when it's time to change a habit? Like, are you saying just change for the sake of change, or do you have a purpose behind that change?
That's exactly right. I want people to change for the sake of choice, for the sake of decision making, so that they get into the habit of looking at their life and asking themselves what can be different, and then to make that decision, to get them in the habit of decision making, of changing their routine. Because I find a lot of people are sort of walking through life, sleepwalking through life, and I want them to sort of be awake to their decision. So I look at people, I tell them, you know, if you're hitting the snooze button 3 times every morning, well, you can change a habit by going to bed earlier, or by putting your alarm clock further away from your bed. You know, that's a simple change that you can do. If you open up your closet and it's full of clothes and you don't know what to wear, well, empty out your closet and only keep the things that you want to wear. You know what I mean?
Right. So, I mean, in essence, that's change with purpose, because something's not really working. But what if you're okay with hitting your snooze button 3 times? And I don't know, I don't remember the last time. Ever since I've had kids, I don't think I've used an alarm clock. But I remember those days where those 6 minutes were like the most precious 6 minutes of sleep ever. So if I could do that 3 times, I like that. Like, I'm just, you know, stating that, like, what if you like that kind of thing? Like, my theory of change is when something's not working, then I have to look at doing it differently. Then it's time for change.
Well, that's the problem, and that's the challenge that I'm trying to issue. We have a habit of changing things because of discomfort, and I get that, and that's a very good way of being motivated to changing things. But I want people to change things just out of curiosity. What would happen if I changed the way I walk to work? What would happen if I took a different bus? What would happen if I read this book versus that book? Just in an act of curiosity, because those of us in the personal development world, the self-help world, yeah, we understand the value of changing something that's not working well, or to improve something that's not up to par. But I want people to just get into the attitude of refreshing. Yeah, you don't have to change this habit, but what if, you know?
Well, I want to add that I think that what you're saying will improve something. Like, even if you're not specifically wanting to change, okay, I'm fine with snoozing, but what if you did find a way to not snooze, and you didn't snooze, and then somehow you had an extra 12 minutes in the morning, and it changed your day, and then you were like, oh, maybe maybe I won't be snoozing, you know? So I think it can change by changing one thing without even knowing what the benefit will be, or without even feeling like you need to change something, then it might change things in other aspects that you never even imagined possible. That's sort of what you're saying, right? Like, just try something, do something, change something out of your routine, and see how changing that routine affects another part of your life, or, you know.
Because it will affect another part of your life. Go ahead, Ariel.
Yeah, I mean, everything is essentially connected. So yes, one change will generate other changes. I made a change recently, about a month ago, because I've been working on losing weight, and it hasn't been happening the way that I've wanted it to. I feel like, you know, I've been doing everything right as far as eating well and exercising plenty, and I'm active and whatnot, but I think I'm just at an age where it has become more challenging. So I figured, like, you know, I eat this healthy breakfast, but I decided, let me just change what I do for breakfast. Let me get out of the habit that I was in and try something completely different. So instead of eating my really healthy, like, whole wheat cereal with flaxseed, I've changed that, and now I make myself a protein shake with hemp seed and tons of vegetables, and I start my morning with vegetables and protein. And yes, it's generated a lot of other changes through my day, because now I realize, like, I'm not as hungry when I get to lunch. I have more energy at the gym, so my workouts are becoming more powerful. And although numbers on the scale aren't changing, but the size of my clothing is. So it's, you know, it's overall, it's helped in other aspects. I go through my day feeling a lot less hungry and a lot less, yeah, so all in all, it's generated change through the whole day.
Well, that's exactly right, and so it could be something that you're tackling, and you change habits around it, not knowing exactly what to change, but sort of being willing, like a child, to sort of experiment, right? To sort of see, well, if I do this and if I do that, because you'll learn from that experience no matter what you do. The born again method is more like, we talked about this, how children don't have doubts, where they are just engaging with the world. Well, if you were born again, and if you were a new person, you wouldn't know what habits to do or where to go or how this would affect this other thing. You would just be doing things for the sake of experience, for the sake of curiosity. And that's the sort of the type of attitude I want people to have. I want people to sort of sit down and take a look at their behavior and not tackle those hard things that they feel guilty about or that they should change. You can still do all that stuff, but to just change something for the sake of it. Turn on a TV show that you've never watched before and watch that. Open up a documentary on a subject that you don't care about. I used to ride on the metros, and one day it struck me that I would pass these metro stations that I never gotten off at. Okay, I never gotten off at these stations that Hadisson or whatever it is, and so one day I just decided to go to every metro station that I've never been to, just to see what's around there. And I'd go into the metro, I'd go outside, and I'd just walk and look around, and that colors I couldn't have expected. I just did it because I wanted to see how.
Are you there, Peter?
Because I'm sorry.
Peter,
go ahead.
You've been freezing a lot, so please stop moving your arms and stuff if you can, because you cut out for a while. Okay,
yeah. So you guys heard the metro thing?
Yes, some of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just get off at metro stations that I'd never gone off at, just to see what would be, you know, just like what's around in this area. And it helped me to understand my city in a better way. And I just want to know, Alex, you know, we tend to want to tackle those things that are problematic in our lives. But what do you think about just changing habits for the sake of changing habits?
I like it because I like it for the purpose of momentum in a way. Like, we don't spend that much time consciously making choices. And as I said in my talk, as soon as you kind of change one thing, you start to question, like, oh, even though this thing I changed was useless, I'm going to try to change this other thing that's more useful. And then you can kind of continue to try it more and more until you get to it where the next step is something big, because you've been changing all these smaller things, and you've been building, a ladder up to that big thing. And yeah, like, just change for the sake of change will eventually become change for a purpose. And starting with something small makes a lot more sense, because if you can be successful, you won't give up, and then you're actually more likely to make a relevant change down the road.
That's a perfect way of putting it. I really appreciate that, and I think that's actually an excellent place for us to end. And not only because we're having connection issues here, but Alex really summed it up perfectly there. Was there anything to add?
Well, I want to say, oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying don't finish it without the last segment.
I won't.
Okay. Just touching upon the concept of curiosity, I think change for the sake of change, when we look at it that in that way of, like, opening ourselves up to curiosity, I think we need to refurnish curiosity, like to be reborn into a curious mind again, because I think that the way we're raised by society, we're stripped of that curiosity, and it's up to us to continually generate it and keep our minds curious. So.
That's absolutely right, and this method comes about because I recognize that this is how a lot of successful people act. They're always engaged with their environment. They're always curious about what's going on, not about everything, but about something. And if you just want to start in the easiest place, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to leave your husband. I'm not telling you to whatever it is. What I'm just telling you to do is the most basic decision. Start paying attention to them and see what life would be like if you use, avocado oil instead of regular oil, or coconut oil instead of avocado oil. Just to see what happens. Start putting maple syrup in your coffee instead of sugar, or drink green tea instead of coffee. Everything that I'm talking about right now is what Sam has been doing. And I'm just saying these small changes, you have no idea what they would lead to. Speaking about food, our last segment is called What's for Dinner? And that's where you tell us something good that you've eaten in the last 7 days. It can even include today. So something that you've eaten that you enjoyed in the last 7 days. It doesn't matter what it is.
Or something you're going to eat, right?
Or something you're going to eat tonight, yeah.
So I'm going to make vegetarian burritos tonight. I recently discovered this veggie ground round, I guess that's what you call it, at the supermarket, and it's Mexican flavored or burrito flavored, and it's really good with avocado and tomato and lettuce and tortilla wraps, and so that's what I'm eating.
Very cool. I don't know why every time I'm out and I'm hungry, I always eat a Tim Hortons Italian extreme sandwich, and for some reason I love it. Does that make me weird or just Canadian? I have no idea. What about you guys, Ariel?
Well, I made it yesterday, and I had some for lunch, and I think I'm going to have it again for dinner. I made carrot soup, and it's really good. I made dinner for my son, who ate it and then went right to sleep, and I kind of made it for both of us, but he ate all of it. So, and that was a good meat dish. Actually, it was all meat, and it was like there were no vegetables in it, but it's okay because yeah, the boy's still growing. So yeah, carrot soup. Come on over. It's ready.
Sounds wonderful. Yum yum yum.
What about you, Alex? What are you eating, or what's for dinner?
I had a 6-inch sub from Subway. It was the daily sub. It was $4.60.
I know exactly how you feel, man. Really, really good. Oh my God, I forgot that I had steak and mac and cheese. That was actually very delicious. but still, the Tim Hortons was up there. Awesome. You guys are really awesome. Thank you so much for participating in the show. You guys made it a show worth watching. Disconnects and all. Go appreciate something, go love someone, and eat something cool. Take care, you guys.
Thank you, all of you.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Good night.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got anything cool coming up on your calendar?
Got lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff.
So,
now we're talking about Self-Discovery Montreal Meetup Group. You can find me on Meetup or just go to samanthabarley.com. I actually have a meetup tomorrow. It's about dating and finding love, group life coaching. I had one yesterday and it was full with a waiting list, so I decided to create and join us tomorrow evening. There's that, and Saturday I'm doing an improv workshop. Well, I'm participating in an improv workshop with Montreal Improv, and I bring the group, and then we go for a coffee or a beer afterwards, and we talk about how we felt and how it was leaving our comfort zone, trying something new. So those are the two that are coming up soon.
I vote for beer.
What?
I vote for beer.
You vote for beer. Yeah, well, you come out and we'll go for beer. The next one is Saturday, September 14th. I'm doing public speaking, leave your comfort zone workshop again. The first one was wonderful. It's a wonderful supportive environment where you get to leave your comfort zone and try public speaking just in front of our group. And we talk about how we feel before and after. It's just a safe place to stand up in front of the group and say something for about 2 to 5 minutes, really up to you. So it's just something to push yourself a little further and show yourself what you're capable of.
Very, very cool. On our calendar, so you can find all that information at samanthabarley.com, and you can find your meetup page there. If you don't remember that, it's Self-Discovery Montreal, right? Self-Discovery Montreal on Meetup. Right. Very, very cool. If I'm not mistaken, you can actually find that on the Appreciationist.com too. If you click on your name, on your profile, you'll see those links. Coming up for us on Monday, we have a newcomers only meetup discussion about the law of attraction. So that's going to be newcomers. I think there's a couple of spots left, so check that out. And the rest will be after next week's show.
Well, why don't you tell them about the next big event?
Next big event, I was just about to do that. Yeah, I was just about to do that. It's called Prosper. It's about accessing abundance and opportunity, and you're going to be learning. It's going to be a full spectrum experience. You're going to be learning everything from the value and use of social media to find the mindset of personal of abundance and of prosperity. I'm going to be talking about all the tools that are available out there for you creatives, for you entrepreneurs, for you people looking to feel better. All the tools that are out there online for you to be able to use. So definitely come out to Prosper. We have an early bird special, $15 up until November 8th, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, it's free for premium members. If you want to become a premium member, it's only $24 a month, and you get access to everything that we do. And for you guys who are not in Montreal, kind of attend our events right now, you can actually watch a recording of our previous event, Beloved. It's online right now, and it's available for a digital subscription of $5. $5, and you get access to all our videos, not just the videos that are there now, but all the videos that will be coming there. That's $5 a month. Right now, we are on Periscope with Samantha Barley. How can somebody see your Periscope? They go to your Twitter, right?
I'm not sure exactly.
What's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is Samantha Barley.
So at Samantha Barley. And
at Samantha Barley. However, when I first set up Periscope, I put Samantha Life Coach, and then I realized that it was connected to Twitter, and so it's in the process of being changed. So either Samantha Life Coach, Samantha Barley. Yeah, I'm not sure. And you're frozen now. You are frozen.
I'm frozen. Okay, well, look, you got to start somewhere.
Oh, there we go.
I'm glad you're using technology, so really, really cool. At Samantha Barley, or you can just go to samanthabarley.com. You can find all of her links there. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching our show. Take care.
Goodbye, next everybody.
Exciting episode of Appreciationist. Take care, you guys.
Bye.
Start the podcast.